There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer. They can say what they want now, 'cause we'll be screaming out, we can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Singing like Ali, rocking our bodies, standing on top like a champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible. We're unstoppable. Oh, 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 we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable.
Sa laro sabre, magulo kasi may mga tinatry kaming bago tapos nag-gram kami ng mga tatry namin. Pero okay naman. Decision, mid-game indecisiveness nga lang namin. Maya naman, kalaban ko si Marky, aka classmate ko dati, schoolmate ko ngayon. Basta, lagi kami magkasama niyan dati sa school. Lagi namin pinag-uusapan yung paglalaro namin, tas nung uso pa yung Dyna-Q, matagal na kaming laging magkasama niyan. Kaya interesting talaga na magkalaban kami maya. Tapos sa naman nila, syempre defending champion sila. Kailangan namin galingan. At syempre, hindi ako magpapauli porque mas una siyang nakapag-PGs. Abangan niyo yung laban.
Wow, Chisto, isn't that a very interesting trivia right there?
Yeah, actually, tuwang-tuwa ako na magkaklase nga sila and parang tropa sila and now maglalaban sila on Summer Resist. I'm sure walang tropa-tropa pag nagsimula na yung laban.
So we welcome you to the 2018 Backus Pro Gaming Series Spring Split. My name is Vulcan. With me is Chisto, your shotcasters entering Day 2 of our Week 5. And I gotta say, Chisto, yung unang araw ng Week 5 natin, what a change it was in terms of standings.
Yeah, and recap nga nung nangyari kahapon, sobrang, I would say, personally, I was surprised with the results where it was BRE and Naga Esports picking up both sweep, both 2-0s, and now parang lumaki yung gap dun sa standings na they're suddenly in the middle of the pack and yung Infused at AX biglang naiwanan dun sa bandang baba. And looking how this connects to the first match, Infused, they're currently sitting sa pinakababa ng standings.
No.
And syempre gusto nilang sundan yung mga counterparts sila kahapon and possibly pick up a win, pero hindi madali yun considering na ang kalaban nila ay ang defending champions ng Pro Gaming Series, Team Manila Eagles.
Defending champions, yes, Team Manila Eagles, but have they been playing like the defending champions? Because here are our updated standings right now, and I gotta say, this is what I love about the Best of 3 series. Yan ang gusto ko sa mga format changes. Bagong playground. And not just that, it's also the fact that the competitiveness is also up in terms of level.
Yeah, gusto kong pag-usapan yung point na sinabi mo na have Team Manila Eagles been playing like the defending champions. I think here makita natin yung results mismo. It really doesn't show that they have been playing that way because they're currently sitting in 6th place, the very coveted final spot that will grant you a spot in the playoff stage. And now, Team Manila Eagles, they've been very shaky throughout the PGS and hopefully versus Infused, kaya nilang ayusin yung mga issues na meron sila in the past.
And if you remember what happened with TME last week when they have their interviews, remember what Trevor actually said? There's this thing about, juggling studies. And Marky right now is also studying. And Quang, classmate pala sila. So this week 2, week 5, day 2 will be very interesting. Not from the TME versus Infused match, but also TNC versus Mineski, the top 2 teams right now of the PGS.
Yeah, sure ako exciting yung match after nito. Pero balik tayo dun sa sinabi mo na nag-aaral nga si Marky at the moment. And I think it shows dun sa play where mahirap nga, it's doable. Pero sobrang hirap na mag-juggle ng priorities mo where you're a pro player at the same time you're studying. And some of the other teams at PGS, feeling ko mas committed sila full-time. And that's why they have been racing their game. Whereas for TME, divided yung attention nila. And I think that's part of the reason why they're in this sort of slump.
This is the PGS where we're talking about all or nothing, right? And when you have divided attention, doesn't that really, in a way, affect your practice? You may just sync sa team, tapos yung commitment sa mga laro.
Yung maapektuhan talaga yun, pero they are defending champions. Sigurado ako meron dyan yung championship mentality nila na talagang alam nila kung paano yung manalo. But I'm sure they still work hard regardless ng mga ibang ginagawa such as studies, like you mentioned.
Okay lang yan kasi top 6 teams will be moving on to the playoff stage, and we only have 2 weeks left moving on to the playoff stage. Right now, last 2 weeks of the group stages, I love how everything is changing. Not just that, I would really say right now that for BRE and Naga Esports, changing from day 1 to O's, immediately boosting up their ranks. This is something what I love and what you guys should expect in the 2018 PGS.
Yeah, and I really think Infused, if there was a time na kailangan nila mag-step up and pick up a win, it would be this week, week 5, kasi patapos na tong PGS.
Tama yan.
If Team Manila Eagles wins here, it means lalaki lang lalo yung gap with 6th place, and playoffs will be almost out of the picture for Infused Esports. So now they really need to just play like their absolute best.
Because remember for Infused, right? I think Infused, BRE, and Naga, one of the new 4 teams entering the PGS. I think when it comes to improvement and growth, BRE and Naga has shown it. Now Infused, they're in the same group. They were in the same group as Naga, and now they're falling behind. They have to catch up and show to all of us that they belong here in the PGS.
I think Infused definitely belong here, and I think they have been improving throughout the split. I think one of the major things that they really need to work on is their decisiveness in game, where there's moments that they really shine, but there are also some moments where I feel like they're hesitating, and the hesitation to make the possible game-winning play has kind of hurt them in the run they've had so far.
And if you have to picture how TME is playing this split right now, let's say divided attention, picture it is as this. Let's say you're playing a game on Summoner's Rift, but before that, let's get on to the matchup rundown. Here are the players playing for our first set of match.
Yeah, and speaking of players, if you were to pick a matchup here that you really need to think would be the X factor dito sa Infused laban sa TME, I'd have to look at top lane. Gertrude versus JLC will be, I think, will be the turning point here because TME plays a lot around JLC, whereas Gertrude has been performing really well throughout his PGS run so far this split, and I think whoever can win the top lane could possibly carry his team.
And as you said, Chisto, where the focus is on the top lane for JLC, is it also safe to say that JLC has been the one trying to hard carry TME throughout the split? Or are they relying too much on JLC?
I think since TME picks a lot of split pushers for JLC, then they'll have to definitely rely on him to perform on these champions. And yeah, it shows in their play. They have been sort of relying on JLC just winning the split push battles in order to win these games. And in previous games, like his Fiora performance, it has worked out so far for them. So let's see, will JLC get his possible split pusher in as we head on to drafting?
Remember for TME, they kind of... Is it always chased up? Because every time I go in and see the drafting picks for TME, they in a way last pick for JLC most of the time.
Yeah, and now they are on red side. They will have the luxury of giving JLC a counter pick if they choose to go that route. But looking at these bans, there's still a lot of high-tier junglers left up, such as the Sejuani, the Nunu, the Jarvan. Tignan natin, ano kaya yung kukunin ng Infused dito for their first pick? And gaya na sinabi ko, Sejuani left open, immediately Infused jumps on that pick.
And it goes to the blue side. You have the priority to pick whatever the most... you pick. And perhaps the highest win rate champion right now in this split. And Sejuani, despite the nerfs, just... not too much of a struggle for Sejuani. Still highly contested. And as for TME, looks like they'll be getting JLC's Camille right off the bat in the red side.
Yeah, and binanggit mo before, TME usually saves their counter pick for JLC. It looks like this game, meron silang priority. They really want to pick up the Camille. So immediately prioritizing JLC's champion. Ano kaya ang dadali ni Gertrude into this matchup? Because we've seen Gertrude play stuff like Renekton into Camille, and it worked very well for him when in their match against Naga, if I recall correctly. Maybe Infused have a game plan for it. We'll just have to wait and see, as TME are waiting on their third pick.
This is actually, risky for TME because you said, Chista, you said that when it comes to TME, they rely heavily on their top laner. And JLC, hey, yes, he has performed. And this kind of takes me back throughout the Rampage stage of 2017, where there was an inside joke where Dark JLC, where the gangplank happened, and that started the reverse sweep. So maybe JLC, the one that can really help TME bounce back in this group stages.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna wait and see what Gertrude will be bringing into this top lane. It's actually gonna be the Jace this time into the Camille, and very normal to sa top lane where we always see one melee champion and then another ranged champion just for the counter pick. And I think it'll be very interesting since both of these players are on carries. I think it'll be up to the junglers to see which one of them can really make the top lane snowball very hard.
Sejuani and Jarvan, what do you think you has the priority here? Or let's say more pressure? Because Sejuani and Jarvan, they can go for a level 3 gang as early as they can, or can cheese maybe a level 2 gang.
Well, if you're considering level 2, I think Jarvan would be the aggressor there, but definitely both of these junglers can apply immense amounts of pressure across the map.
So what are the teams playing right now? What's the plan for TME entering this matchup with Infuse? And with this composition, what's going to be Infuse playstyle moving into the game?
Well, Infuse, kitang-kita, ang dami nilang options for CC. Ang lakas ng teamfight potential ng Infuse. They have ways to start fights. They have the Chain of Corruption, the Glacial Prison, and yung follow-up as well, Galio ulting in from a side lane. There's a lot of teamfight coming from Infuse, whereas for TME, tignan mo yung split push potential. They have the Talia to roam to the sidelines. They have a Camille. Napakalakas mag-split push. And I think stylistically, this is what these teams tend to play.
May pogi points?
Yeah, and we just have to witness in-game kung paano sila mag-execute towards their win conditions.
When it comes down to the game itself, no matter how much you plan, no matter what kind of draft you have, all comes down to execution. We'll be seeing all of that unfold once we load to the Rift. But this time for TME, they need to step up. And as for Infuse, if they still want to picture that playoff stage, the Covenant 6th place, moving in to the next stage of our format here, the PGS, the back is PGS. I gotta hand it to Infuse. They did step up a bit in the last 2 weeks, but still, I can sense some hesitation on their side.
Yeah, and with the team fight comp, gaya ng sinabi ko, ang dami nilang ways na mag-engage. Hindi pwede na meron silang hesitation sa loob nila. They just need to go in once alam nilang ahead sila. And now, looking back to my previous point, let's look at top lane again. Both carries, both very snowbally champions. We'll just have to wait and see as we load onto the Rift.
This is going to be Infused Esports versus Team Manila Eagles. This is our match 1, game 1. We'll be loading up to the Rift. See you there, Summoners. Here we are. Everything, all planning comes down right now here on Summoner's Rift. Welcome to the 2018 Backes Pro Gaming Series Spring Split. Infused Esports versus Team Manila Eagles.
Yeah, and ang dami nakasalalay sa matchup na to, Vulcan. Gaya na sinabi natin, dun sa standings pa lang, Infused sitting at the bottom spot right now. Ayaw nilang magstay doon. Gusto nilang umangat. Gusto nilang lumipad ng mas mataas sa Team Manila Eagles. And now, Team Manila are defending the 6th spot at the moment. Let's see kung kaya ba nilang gawin. Sino magwawagi? Kasi sobrang importante ng matchup na to.
If you look at it that way, mga barkada. Mga barkada sila eh. Sila Naga, BRE, the 4 teams that was really at the bottom 4 entering this new split. So when it comes to, let's say, BRE performing, Naga also performing, you don't want to be left out. You want to join in the fun. And let's hope that Infused have the same mentality they had when they were really decisive.
Yeah, and gusto ko nga yung binanggit mo na sila yung bagong teams and sila pa yung nagsistep up. And I really like this kasi nare-raise lang yung level of competition ng everyone in the PGS. Bringing in new players, new talents will always raise the bar for everyone.
Kind of makes you rub your shoulders on each other and perhaps maybe some experience. And as for today's matchup, was actually the highlight here was that Kwang and Marky are actually classmates. Is that correct in the interview?
Yeah, I think yun nga yung bilanggit niya, magkaklase nga sila, and they always talk about the game. And given the fact na parehas silang AD carry, sigurado ko parehas din yung pagkakaintindi nila in a sense where parehas sila ng role in game, parehas silang pro player now na gano'n. And yeah, maybe they've shared some stuff. Maybe may mga natutunan si Kweng kay Marky. Maybe yung ibang ginagawa ni Marky, nalaman niya kay Kweng. Who knows?
Yan ang gusto ko sa BGS. Yung when you find the one, yung roles pa lang, sakto. Like Marky and Kweng classmates and also the same role in the PGS. Let's see how things then play out in this game 1.
Yeah, ikaw ba, Vulcan? Have you ever discussed anything?
Found the one.
Have you found the one? Like, I think you play top lane a lot, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to a pro player who plays top lane and shared your insights about the game?
Wala kong alam sa top eh. Basta rock.
That's it?
Yeah, basta rock.
Okay, you've heard it here from Vulcan. That's how he plays top lane.
If you're feeding, basta okay lang yan.
You know, maybe you want to take some notes from JLC's teleports this game.
Oh, that could be it, because when it comes to map awareness, you want that. But right now, on for TME, Coops really focusing to pressure. If he's a jungler, ooh, that aggression. Did you see that?
Yeah, and speaking of map awareness, tignan mo si Trevor instantly roaming the moment na nakita niya na naglalaban yung junglers. And even though there were some nerfs, the Jarvan nerfs were onto his base armor. And Sejuani really doesn't deal physical damage. And in an extended fight, I think Jarvan would just have the advantage this early because Sejuani still doesn't have enough defensive items.
And as for defensive items, I think that's the same goes for Sejuani. So when it comes to Sejuani and Jarvan, medyo equal yung playing field. And right now, let's take note. Maybe all of us here can learn something, obviously, because this is the highest level of skill, and this is the only league, the Premier League in League of Legends, that will grant you a spot in the international stage, yung Garena Premier League.
Yeah, and I really like what we're seeing here at the moment. Speaking of learning stuff,
Groups. This is him really stepping up. He's really being proactive right now.
yeah, and I think the reason why Coops is ganking over him, kaya ang sipag niya, is because he's playing Jarvan. You have tools to be proactive. You have that flag and drag, one of the scariest combos in League. Na if you're able to land that, I think that could have possibly been a burn summoner for sure from the Galio.
And as for the matchup on the bot lane, yes, we see the junglers being proactive, aggressive to each other. But when it comes to bot lane, we just stand still. Kasi may Braum, may Alistar, tapos si Queng at si Marky, mga tropa sila. So, chill muna.
Baka tropa din sila sa lane, yung tipo magpo-farm lang sila. Pero if you're infused, the moment you hit level 6, gusto mong burahin sa utak mo na tropa mo si Marky kasi you have to all in here.
And not just that, when you hit, let's say, a lead, you gotta play with the lead. And for TME, they tend to have leads, right? But they play it slowly. Let's say you get a good first blood, you get a good lead, CS gold-wise items. You wanna snowball that lane, destroy it. But for TME, they still play that passive. They still have that nature in them.
Yeah, I think meron nga silang habit na medyo passive, medyo slow sila maglaro if they aren't able to generate like a huge gold lead, where if the laning phase goes even, they just tend to play, like you mentioned, a bit more passive and just wait for the team fights, because TME's team fight execution is great. By far in the teams in the PGS, I think they have that synergy na kayang-kaya talaga nilang i-out 5v5 kahit sino pa itapat mo sa kanila. And they tend to fall to that strength. It's more comfy for them.
Is it okay to always fall on that strength? Because team fights are also important.
Well, I mean, nanalo sila ng championship, diba? With that strategy as well. So, maybe it will work out for them. Who knows?
And who knows, maybe that may not work out for them, because when you're entering this new PGS, everything changes. But right now, JLC tries to get away with this. Camille, he will escape for now. No summoner's burn, not the flash.
Well, I mean, Camille does have that hook shot to get away. So, swerte ni JLC dun, he didn't burn his hook shot for a trade. I think that's smart laning for him. It's Camille's only escape aside from the flash. So even if Gertrude goes for an all-in, JLC will always save that hook shot just in case dumating nga dun si Hechizo. So smart top lane play by JLC.
And when you're talking about, let's say, top lane, TME, they want JLC to split push. And this is Camille we're talking about. And JLC goes in onto Gertrude and then immediately backs away bot in the bot lane side. Coops going in for that gank. This could be potentially first blood. Burns the flash, knocks out the ADC, gives the first blood to Marky.
Yan, ang talino ng play na yun galing sa team. A beautiful gank from Coops. I think alam niya na Hechizo was sticking around the top side because a few minutes or a few seconds earlier, the Sejuani gank top lane, I can make a play on the other side of the map na wala nga apekto dun. So great cross map play. They pick up first blood. I think Sachi kind of overreached there or was knocked back actually by Roxas Alistar. And now moving on, looking at the priorities for both teams, diba? We've seen Hechizo prioritize top lane.
Yeah.
Naiintindihan ni Hechizo that Jace needs gold, needs items to be relevant once mid-game comes para kaya niyang i-1v1 yung Camille ni JLC. And he's working towards it. Now, Coops has invaded. He has been spotted by a ward though.
Wala siyang mana, walang blast cone. There's the engage and the pulverize will put him back. No, it was the headbutt. There's the pulverize for the two-man knockup. Here comes Trevor responding in. Some fiesta in the red side. So fiasco happening right now, but no one will commit because TME they got the first blood. Why should we risk something that we don't need to? Because what happened there? Coops got the red buff.
Yeah, okay. Coops did get the red buff, pero binurn niya yung flash niya para makatakas siya doon. And luckily enough for him, andun yung mga kampi niya. Nag-roam agad si Trevor at si Rox para tulungan yung disengage niya because nakita siya ng infused eh. So immediately responding to his invade, just smart play from TME.
And as for gold lead, we're not seeing much of a gold lead right now, but Chisto, when it comes to late game, sino yung mga lamang? Yung mid to late game, we're seeing, let's say, Varus, Jace, everyone here kind of scales to mid to late game. Sobrang item dependent yung mga champions.
You know, palagi lang natin pinag-uusapan yung late game na ganito kaaga into the game. I really feeling ko we shouldn't be discussing this early, but there's a bit of a skirmish.
It's not happening. Connects onto Rocks, but will force out the flash from Isaac. Here it comes. Pops stasis. Here's the shock blast connecting onto Rocks. Here it comes. Stand behind me. Sashi wants to respond. There's the Unbreakable trying to help his teammate here, but that's going to be Coops overcommitting. Diving in. Hero's entrance for that knockup. Here it comes. TME scramble on the blue side. Very low. Members are low, but TME will be trying to clean up this fight.
Yeah, and then I think yan ang 2-for-1 in favor of TME, but JLC diving.
JLC diving in very low on Gertrude, and in boost that double kill with that flash in combo from that Alistar.
Oh, can he get more though? One more tower shot though.
Oh, gets the Unbreakable. JLC diving in. Look at that amazing play.
Okay, so in the end, that's actually a 4-for-1, I believe, in favor of Team Manila Eagles. Grabing aggression ni JLC. Alam nila na kaya nilang gawin yung dive na yun with the stopwatches as well. Removing the turret aggro immediately. Just perfect dive, I should say, from Team Manila Eagles.
I want to see what happened there, G's. Kasi sobrang bilis yung nangyari. Here's the breakdown.
Okay, it all started from Isaac going for an invade, gets caught out. Everybody roams here, including the supports. It is a flashless Trevor that goes down first in this fight because everyone from Infused immediately focuses onto that Talia. But now, they're already this low. They have to back off. Kasi there's no way that Infused can win the fight anymore now that Gertrude is chunked low. Pero mukhang walang hesitation sa TME this game eh. Alam nila na kaya nilang i-dive to. So JLC makes the aggressive move, goes for the dive, and just a greatly timed stopwatch by Rox. Takes as many tower shots as he can, and then he uses the stopwatch. And then uses his ult to survive as well. Just masterfully executed by TME.
And for Sashi, he tried to make it, let's say, an even trade for that Winter Spite, but it didn't connect. And with that the mid lane dive for JLC, he gets a huge lead.
Yeah, and
they
with that lead, the top lane.
Gets dunked. Gertrude has no summoners there. Tries to back away and flings JLC back. And here it comes. That's going to be Coops going in for the kill.
Oh, almost a trade there. Isang auto-attack na lang. If one more auto-attack landed from Gertrude, I think that would have been a 1-for-1. But since Coops decided to pick up a Cinderhawk, he was tanky enough to survive that dive. Pero Infused, they have a response right here. We saw the jungler topside, kunin natin to Dragon.
Let's see, will they get it uncontested? Because I don't think for TME they can respond to this Ocean Drake, so that will fall to the hands of Infused Esports.
Yeah, I mean, pwede sila mag-respond dun, pero I don't think it would have given them that much value considering wala nga silang smite in the area.
Goes in, combos air, final hour has been proc, Unbreakable. A bit weird though, and for Rocks trying to back away, gets the taunt, but Marky going in for the dives, wants to trade some damage.
Oh,
Fissure and Corruption will not connect. Marky flies away and Rock sees this to go in, misses the combo. And here it comes, assistance. Coops is gonna dive this bot lane. No, from the mid lane we are seeing some responses here and there, but that's gonna be it.
Yeah,
Nothing's
that was
gonna happen for now.
very, very tricky for both teams. Marky with one flash, he dodges 2 ultimates, so definitely worth it right there because if one of those ultimates landed from Infused bot lane, Marky would have definitely been in so much trouble. Luckily enough for him, he gets out. But the re-engage from Rox, I think he aimed his headbutt on the minion to close the gap immediately. Ang malas lang talaga kasi yung Pulverize out of range para kay Sachi. So with that, and both junglers roaming down as well, both teams just disengage.
And isn't this what you were talking about, Chisto, when it comes to TME having strong laning, strong team fights?
Yeah, I mean yung execution nga, just a bit off right there. Pero we just have to wait. Pag 5 talaga sila, dun sila malakas.
But I mean, for Infused, can they handle TME when they're at a 5-man group?
They can try.
They can try.
They can definitely try. Pero sobrang hirap na task nun.
Why is that?
TME are the defending champions. I mean, it can somewhat affect the confidence, but there's a dive top lane.
Double lockdown with the Hexa Ultimator and the Weaver Swell. Gertrude gets ganked again. Teleport coming in. Isaac responds. Here comes Trevor. He does cleanse away from the taunt. And now Isaac is backing down to his turret.
Yeah, now looking at that dive there, just one more frame, I think Gertrude would have been on the other side of the Weaver's wall. Pero sakto yung pagka-position ni Trevor ng ultimate niya. So that means Gertrude will be knocked back into range so that JLC can dive him. But going back to what you said about the 5v5 fights,
We might see a 3v2 fight here. Flash in, pulverize and headbutt towards Scoops and condemns him to the wall. That's going to be a kill for Rox. Following it up with that lockdown, but with a stand behind me, he will escape.
yeah, sakto yung setup. I think Kwang's flash just got off cooldown. So yung timing nung engagement, saktong-sakto. And if you're infused bot lane, siguro dapat nagtaka ka na the moment that Rox wants to walk up to you, maybe may mangyayari dito. So you need to respect the Alistar and just immediately back off.
And this might be first turret. This is TME having a solid lead. And now, will they play passively or will they play aggressively?
I think at this point they have to play aggressively.
They need
They're
to.
gonna give solo gold, I think, to Markin.
That's a lot.
This is a massive buff sa Vayne. It will give her even more. 650? Dude, ang sarap niyan if you're an AD carry. Talagang pa-feel good lang yun. Pero again, infused with another cross-map lane. Nakita nila ang daming members ng TME sa bot lane. Why not take another objective?
And the question is, what Infuse is doing is smart, yes, without a doubt. But is it worth it to trade for a Rift Herald compared to a solo gold to a Vayne?
It's better than not getting anything. I think yun na yung best na consolation prize na kaya nilang makuha considering that it was solo gold to Marky. He got a kill as well if I recall correctly. And yeah, trading cross-map is definitely good for Infuse because if you're in a position na kayo yung behind, any trade you can get is definitely worth it for a team.
And that investment can perhaps help Infuse moving on to the later part of the game because as of now, they have the Rift Herald, they have the Ocean Drake, they have the objectives, but for TME, they have the money, they have the gold. And for Infuse, can they use this Rift Herald effectively? Because, okay, you got the Rift Herald, what now?
They can certainly try to use it somewhere, but you can always try to do something. I mean,
Yes.
unless you attempt it, you won't know exactly what would happen. You can try and predict it, but until it actually happens, hindi mo talaga alam kung ano yung pwede mangyari. But hindi pa rin natin pwede i-discount yung fact that Infused have a superior team fighting lineup. There's so many options for CC. As long as kaya nilang protektahan si Kwang in these team fights.
And they have to be decisive. We're seeing it right now here in the bot lane.
Yeah, decisiveness. And with the Rift Herald take, they will take the first tower of the game.
Let's see, where are the members of TME on the map? They're not responding to it yet.
Marky won't be here if a fight does break out.
Oh, here
So-
comes Lockdown Ultimatum. Trevor locking him down. Oh, look at that cutoff. 3 members. Cutoff would escape, and that's going to be engaged for TME to go all in on them. But here comes Isaac for the assistance. Knocks off 2 members of TME, and they will re-engage under the turret. But TME will not back down. They will fight under the turret, but Infuse winning the trade.
Yeah, you can try to team fight versus Infuse, but you will lose. Gaya na sinabi ko, it is a superior team fighting comp, and wala si Marky doon. There is no Vayne. Kahit na si Marky yung Fed member, wala siya dun sa fight na yun. So,
All the money was on him.
He's immediately disregarded. Infuse, naiintindihan nila na, okay, wala yung Vayne. Kayang-kaya natin kunin to. Even though they were split up, they reset the fight, they were calm enough to push through it, and they come up with a win and pick up 2 towers bot lane.
So clean.
So clean.
So good.
Okay, now Marky is taking Grok. Will Gertrude find him? No.
Did you see that bot lane dive? Jeez, I mean, I think we saw it, but let's have a breakdown of what happened.
Okay, largest factor here is wala si Marky. That's the starter.
Okay.
Regardless of Trevor splitting them up, asan yung follow-up damage? Camille lang yan, oh. It's only Camille. Trevor was also zoned himself from the entire fight. And laban sa team fighting comp ng Infused, wala kayong mapapalalunan dyan. And Infused just wiped the floor versus TME.
Kulang sa damage. They had the lockdown, the cut off. But as you said, Chisto,
You know,
Trevor zoned
Yeah,
himself.
he zoned himself. Kind of like, I'm Talia, I'm helping, pero I'm not actually helping.
He helped. And he went up and set things up for JLC. But asan yung mga gold? Asan yung mga damage?
Wala.
Kay Marky.
I mean, tinulungan ni Trevor yung team niya, tinulungan din niya yung Infused dun. You know,
I don't think so.
he literally removed himself from the fight.
There we go.
And without DPS, you really can't win versus what Infused has in their picks.
But the casualty was not that severe. They only lost, let's say, 2 kills right there. 2 members down, giving 2 kills to Infuse. You can see JLC still no deaths on him. Has a Triforce and Tiamat.
Oh, speaking of Triforce and
Oh,
Tiamat,
here it comes.
he does not have Flash.
He gets slow, but the Winter's Bite max range knockup will not let him escape for now. And the bite with the passive, the stun. Kudos to Sachi.
Walang blast cone doon para makataka si JLC.
Sayang.
And regardless of the hook shot pulling him
channeling
through,
yeah.
because of the Glacial Fissure, it still went through. Sachi commits both his summoners, Exhaust and Flash, just to pick up the kill. And now with JLC off the map, member that has been doing the hard carrying for TME with his split push, I think Infused can breathe easier. And considering that for the past 10 minutes, they were sort of behind, they're in a good spot at the moment.
And I have to agree with you because when it comes to JLC, split pusher, he wants to be the one to do the pressure, but Infused, what are they doing? They're not investing members because JLC, we have to invest at least 2 or 3 members on this Camille. Because Camille has the escape, has the damage, but for Infused, can they further play this playstyle? Because when it comes to late game, team fight, remember Chislo, we said the Team Manila Eagles, they're strong. And Infused, they need to try.
And I think dito papasok yung decisiveness because when you're dealing with a split pusher, yung team mo naharap sa naharap kayo na it's either do we send more members to deal with the guy that's split pushing or do we engage on the team that split up? Kasi syempre nagsisplit push si JS, so 4 lang na members sa TMM group. This is where the decisive will come in, where Infused, marami silang tools na mag-engage. It's just, will they pull the trigger?
But look at that. Right now we're seeing TME, they're now playing with Marky. When Marky is there, they'll split push with him. So remember, this is a Vayne that got the solo gold, 650, has the Infinity Edge, has the static shift.
Yeah, but even though Marky has these core items, kailangan pa rin yung mag-ingat eh. Tignan mo yung amount ng CC. Wala siyang QSS, di ba? So if he gets locked down by, let's say, a Sejuani ultimate, a Varus ultimate, concussive blow from Rum, there's so much CC.
Ooh, overkill.
Even if you're a Fed Vayne, kapag di ka nag-right-click o nakaka-atake, you're still practically useless to your team.
And we know that Sachi can pop that Unbreakable and block the further damage coming from Marky.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait. Will Infused pull that trigger? Because gaya na sinabi natin, bit of hesitation can be nerves. It's just they really need to start pulling the trigger when they see these windows that TME will be giving them. Now JLC, going back to kung ano yung mahilig niya gawin. Just split pushing constantly and pressuring Gertrude.
And when it comes to Infused, they have a lot of things riding on this because they still want to picture that playoff stage. And as for TME, they also need to picture that we can't be relaxed just yet. So we're seeing right now both teams playing risk for risk.
Mukhang blue buff yung nanalo dun. Blue buff yung panalo dun. Walang makakuha sa akin. No. Ayaw niya. Pero going back, sinabi mo nga importante to for both teams, di ba?
They might risk it though. Yeah, go on.
Napaka-importante yung place nila sa standings at the moment. Now, Weaver's Wall will be used to cut off Infuse just so that TME can secure this mid lane tower.
And the bot lane, here comes JLC, not committing to the tower dive, respecting that Jace damage.
Yeah, and considering that Gertrude has already completed a Muramana, and I think once he recalls, he'll pick up a Black Cleaver here. Really dope.
He will get it.
He got it Black Cleaver. So that means mas mahihirapan si JLC in a 1v1. Pero mukhang hindi to 1v1.
Oh, he bumps into Hedges, so blocks the hook shot and gets the tactical sweep for the heal. Fissure is there for the knockup. JLC trying to escape. He does make it over the wall. Same with Coops.
Napaka-frustrating nun para sa Infused. Ang dami nilang binatong CC and then hookshot just basically negates everything.
And what happened there? 2 members were invested, so Team ME can be at ease in the top lane.
Yeah, and now I think Infused, they need to group up. I think their team comp works stronger in a unit, but
that is the Vayne being locked down. He does manage to flash away. Really, really close call.
that was very close. Tumama na yung Glacial Prison ni Hedges dun. Pero I think Sachi tried to predict that Marky would immediately flash away because he pointed it in the direction that Marky flashed away. Just a bit off on the timing, pero the idea was great. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out to become a kill for Infused.
Yeah. That should be a warning. that should be a warning shot to TME that, okay, you have all your money on this Vayne. Taba si Marky. But one simple lockdown, ubus na siya.
Yeah, definitely. So, ngayon kailangan talaga mag-ingat ni Mark considering I don't see a QSS yet. Now, JLC
He doesn't see the tower. He doesn't see the tower. He just sees one object there and that's Gertrude.
Tinatakpan niya.
Oo nga eh.
May nakatakip dun sa tower. Parang patayin mo lang yung Jace.
Oh, see?
Okay.
Wala siyang pake sa tower. Oh, but here comes help. And the lockdown from the ultimatum. That's 2 stacks on the stun. Make that 3rd. And the stun will connect. And JLC, hook shot. So close.
Akala ko makikita na naman natin, nakatakas na
Deja
naman
vu.
si JLC with his hook shot. Pero the savior of Gertrude, Sachi, turns it into a 2v1. And I think now JLC really has to respect the fact that he just can't constantly dive at Gertrude.
Grabe si Sachi, always on point with that exhaust and that winter spike.
Yeah, pero now I think the moment that Infused makes that move again where they send more members to deal with the pressure JLC is applying, I think TME have to make a play somewhere else, possibly look at the Baron. They have tools to get. They have Fed Bane. The Baron will go down very, very quickly. Use Trevor as well, block that path with the Weaver's Wall. And I think TME are working towards that. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen within the next few minutes.
And when it comes to the next few minutes, note that JLC started with that Relic Shield and he's running Klepto on a Camille. So madami siyang gold.
Ang hilig mo talaga dun, Vulcan.
I love it.
I think actually, nakita na
Wait.
kitang gawin tong strat na to eh. Feeling ko si JLC yung the one mo eh.
Oh, yeah, he's the one for me. But
Yeah,
I'm not the one for him.
That's so sad,
I
man.
know, right?
That's so sad.
But we'll see. Maybe will this Mountain Drake be the one for TME because they need to get this Mountain Drake. If they do, they can further control their objectives. Baron turrets. Will be understood.
Yeah, and I think makakatulong to sa binanggit ko na what TME are working towards. They have the tools to secure the Baron area and pick that objective up for themselves. And now with the Mountain Drake as well, sobrang saglit lang ng Baron na yan.
And you're talking about this Fed Vayne, but now we're seeing that that's a TME great start. But look at Infused. I like what you're doing. They're really catching up and shows that coming into week 5, they're improving every step.
Yeah, and I think gaya na sinabi mo na Infused are holding their own versus the defending champions.
This is something.
Alam ko naiintindihan ng Infused yung comp nila ngayon eh. They know they have the superior team fight because they have so many options to engage, so much CC. Ang tanong lang talaga is, will Team Manila Eagles give them the opportunity to find that engage? Because one of these CC lands, unless you're of course JLC with hookshot, hindi ka makakatakas eh.
And remember that we're seeing TME having this Talia. If they use the Talia properly, call up some members, this could be one of the deja vu moments we saw in day 1 with Naga and IPP.
Yeah, well, just really, kailangan lang talaga nating abangan Vulcan because gaya na sinabi mo, this game still, or on this mid-game point, it's very, very slow in a sense where we just see TME, JLC going back to what he does best, which is split push and pressuring Gertrude. It has been working out. But the next time Infused commits more members to deal with the Camille, kailangan talagang mag-cross-map play ng TME, possibly go for that Baron because the way they're positioned on the map at the moment, diba, nilalayo ni JLC sa Baron yung members ng Infused. That's his job right now. Just, tara, puntahan nyo ako. Para
Let's get that priority in the lane so that, as you said, Chisto, to get the Baron.
Yeah, tingnan mo, it's working out for them so far.
JLC, he has teleport, so,
And this time, wala na talagang tower.
and wala siyang vision.
Yan na, we're gonna see.
He's gonna commit.
No.
Oh god. 3, 2, 1 there. JLC, surprise with the brush. Can we engage with his tactical sweep? Gets the slow.
Oh no.
Pops that Q. Oh, that true damage. So juicy.
Yan, I think nirespeto na ni JLC. Tignan mo, he had Hex that ultimatum to lock down Gertrude, but I think nirespeto na naman niya yung fact na, okay, baka tumingin siya sa minimap niya and napansin ko, uy, wala na naman si Sachi, baka i-gank na naman ako neto support and it might cost me my team. So, shows his respect right there. Just deals enough pressure to force Gertrude out of lane.
Ganang umay siya sa Sachi kasi lagi din si Sachi if JLC split push.
Nakakainis yun yung tipong
nga eh.
gusto mo lang i-1v1 laner mo. Tapos, yung...
And look at him, he's still committing. He is really controlling this ball. He wants to really split up. And I think we're going to be seeing, let's say, no, Sachi's not there yet. He will be going to the mid lane with his ADC Quang. And JLC will just stay in the bot lane.
Yan, talaga, Vulcan, inaantay ko yung moment na gawin na ng TME yung play. Just the moment JLC brings more members to him, just immediately hop on the Baron. That is definitely the play that TME has to make if they want to close out this game.
But is that smart? Because look on Infuse side, they have teleport on Galio, they have teleport on Gertrude. Will they have enough time to really secure that Baron by that time? And will they escape with that Baron buff?
If they use their tools properly, then yes, definitely. Kayang-kaya nilang kunin yan. Gaya ni sinabi, Fed Vayne now already picking up the QSS. One CC ability will be negated for sure. Now, it's just a question, has Infuse been playing this a bit more passively where they haven't been forcing any fights? Because if they want to possibly stop JLC from pressuring Gertrude, they can just force a fight and force JLC to teleport.
Look at Gertrude, he's like, teka lang, yun sa brush, bakit dyan si JLC? Checks it with the shot.
Natuto na siya.
Natuto na siya.
Yeah, and adaptation, Vulcan. Maybe you can learn something from Gertrude.
Siyempre, he's pro player siya eh.
Yeah.
So adapt and compromise for Infuse, because for Gertrude, he's kind of tired of seeing JLC on that brush. So maybe every brush that you see for Infuse, they're gonna face check or try and check it with the shock blast.
Yeah, maybe just a bit of hesitation here and there. Pero gaya nga na sinabi ko, one of the ways you can deal with the split pusher is just actually engage in the team that only has 4 members. Meron kasi Giovanni, meron kang Galio, meron kang Varus. Why not just pull the trigger and force JLC to teleport? But once they do see the teleport, they need to reassess the fight. And now Infused are clearing vision around the Baron area. See strength in numbers. They're all grouped up.
Delikado to. Will they crumble under this pressure?
We'll just have to wait and see, Vulcan. Rocks.
What's happening in the bot lane? Let's see. JLC still just pressuring Gertrude, but we're now seeing TME. They are trying to call off the recall of Infuse, but they will make it safely to their base. And now we're still seeing JLC committing to this bot lane.
Yeah, unti-unti ni JLC to tower
He
ito.
has the adapted
Whoa!
shield, and he knocks him back to the turret. But JLC gets the revenge with the Hexa Ultimatum.
Okay, that was a very interesting interaction with...
Oh, dyan na yung Baron.
Yeah, pero gaya na sinabi mo, meron silang double TP. Gertrude will just have to...
Oh, Trevor cuts him off. Teleport's coming in. Also, JLC, this is going to be just a standoff.
Oh, papalaban kaya tayo, Vulcan? I don't think so. I think with...
Just delay that back.
Okay, this still just one teleport. Pero gaya na sinabi ko, that is the play that TME will make, diba? Nakita nila, lumabas si Galio in the bot lane. But
Free hit for Murky on that side. But what is this?
Infuse are trying to force TME.
Or are
into
they
a fight.
just baiting them in?
Yeah, they're trying to force. That's exactly what they're trying to use Baron as the bait. Because if TME don't challenge and give it up for free, that means it'll be harder for them to push.
And in the end, they would be on the losing side because Infuse right now, they have that powerful team fight composition because they have the CCs, the lockdowns, and Hero's Entrance damage reduction.
Yeah, pero ngayon nag-reset ng mga bagay. Since both top laners burned their teleport, we're back to square one basically where makikita na naman natin si JLC, ipupush lang niya palagi yung bot lane, itatry siyang i-match si Gertrude. And Ocean Drake gets picked up by Marky because it's 30 minutes into the game and kayang-kayang solohin ng Vinya.
And when the Elder Drake when the Elder Drake spawns, yeah, over the next Drake, Marky can also solo it because he's a Fed Vayne. He has Rapid Fire, Static Shift, and the Mountain Drake.
I wouldn't say fed, I'd say well farmed because he's only 1-0-1 at 30 minutes in the game.
Rather, all the resources given to him because
he
solo gold for the first turret. That was big.
He also has 350 CS at 30 minutes, which is actually quite a lot for an AD carry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's been last hitting like a god. Pero yeah, like I wouldn't say fed in a sense. I just say well farmed. And considering that he hasn't been given that attention by Infused, he's been able to happily just get his gold. And I'm sure masaya si Mark at that point. Pero minsan kapag ganito kabagal yung umay ka, Vulcan eh. Tipong nag-aantay ka lang na both teams are really just trying to play towards the macro end of the game where, okay, let's not fight that much and just really buy their time, play towards these objectives. And that's what both of these teams are doing.
And that's what you expect from the high level of play,
Yes.
the PGS, 2018. And for Infused, they have Quang on this Varus, the Rage Blade, the Runans, the board. Look at that damage. I can already picture what's going to happen for Infused. They have the tools, the power, and they have Sachi with the Unbreakable.
Yeah, again, mukhang hindi na naman nakita ni JLC na may tower dun.
Again, pops the stopwatch there. Wow. And bursts him down with the Q. True damage
shot.
dealt.
JLC, wala tower dyan, go!
Here's some help.
Okay, magbabaron yung TME dito.
let's
Nakita
see.
nila si Queng bot lane. They have to
Aha,
go
here
for
it
Baron.
comes.
Okay, and gaya na sinabi ko, the moment that TME sees na marami silang
Walang
sinend,
teleport si JLC, ah.
and Weaver's Wall again. Now Hechizo,
He's alone.
mission impossible to laban sa Alistar.
Wag. Whoop.
That's
No, no,
smart.
no, no,
That's
no, no. Let's delay the Baron. Oh, TME takes the Baron.
ang husay nun galing kay Rox. Just doing his job as an Alistar.
JLC.
Denying the push, denying the steal, I should say, from Hechizo. But looking back bot lane, the play that TME has to make, diba? The moment they see more than one guy try and deal with JLC, immediately go to the Baron, use the Weaver's Wall, take it with this Vayne, and right here, they are rewarded for making the right play.
And did you see the Weaver's Wall from Trevor also caught the members off?
Yes.
And the fact that JLC gets the turret and TME gets the Baron, they have the bot lane in their hands.
Yeah, and I think at the highest level of play, that's the proper play to make. And I think yan na yung championship mentality ng TME. That's the experience kicking in. Na naiintindihan nila kung ano yung kailangan nilang gawin. And they were very patient. Even though it was passive, it was very patient. And the moment they made the play, no casualties. It was perfectly executed. Just really smart play.
And that's what you want to see. That's what you want to learn when you're looking at the highest pro level here. Because when it comes to TME, championship, defending champions with a championship mentality,
Yan, balik tayo kung paano napunta or napasok dito sa situation na to yung Infused. Binanggit natin meron silang hesitation. And it shows They haven't, in the past 20 minutes, have we seen Infused go for an engage?
they're
No.
on the reactive side, more
Yeah.
passive.
Hindi natin sila nakita na mag-go full-on engage, even though they have the tools. I mean, the game isn't, they weren't behind in a sense before. They could have possibly gone for engage, but hesitation did, I think, has cost them pressure in this game.
And if they give up this inhibitor on the bot lane, here comes. 2 members invested. Make that 3. JLC with a great escape. Pops the QSS. Re-engages on the 3 members, blocking them up. I can take you on. I have the Baron buff. I'm a Fed Camille.
Kaya-kaya pa niya to.
Kaya, he just gets chunked down. Skirmishes, JLC engaging in. Buying time. 3v1. Kaya ko yan lahat. And Trevor comes in with a Weaver's Wall, but a bit short. 2 members of Infused really low.
Yeah, and binanggit ko ba na...
Oh my god.
Binanggit ko ba na JLC has been hard carrying TME?
Yeah, we're seeing it right now. Woolly escape. Chain of Corruption does miss the target.
And that right there is why JLC is
Holy.
probably one of the best top laners, regardless of him being fed.
Final hour. I have invisibility flashing in. Tumbles in. Gets the kill. But here comes Saki. Misses the Winter Spike. Compensate with the fissure. There's the slow. But can Infuse commit to this fight? They're backing up. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, triple. Can he make it a quadra though? I think, denies the quadra kill, but I think with this ace, TME will be going up 1-0 once they take down these buildings.
Oh, did you see JLC just fending off 3 members, Baron and empowered minions in the top lane? TME crumbles Infused from that pressure.
Yeah, and what a way to end it as well with just using their lead, and they still have the Baron buff on them the moment this ended. And man, just the perfect play. Just the way they secured Baron led to the win. Like I mentioned, that's the game-winning play from Team Manila Eagles. And kung titignan mo yung ginawa ng Infused ng game, I think hesitation really cost them. Because they were put between a choice. Do we deal with JLC or do we engage with the rest of TME? I think they should have just went for the try and force JLC to actually teleport to the fights. And now, moving on to the next game, they really need to adjust to that and try and find a way. Hanapan nila na solusyon yung split push to JLC.
But before we get on to that, congratulations to Team Manila Eagles, the defending champions, for taking 1 point from Infuse. Can Infuse bounce back from this? Because they have what it takes when it comes to drafting things. They have the plan, they have the mentality, they know what to do. They need to execute it. Hesitation cost them a lot.
Yeah, for the next game, I really want to see Infuse just pull the trigger. Just go on, engage.
And maybe they'll ban the Camille for JLC next thing, because did you see how much pressure that he did in the bot lane? Buying so much time and for TME to gain control in the top lane side.
Yeah, I really love JLC's play. even though Infuse were hesitating, we really need to credit Team Manila Eagles dun sa macro na pinakita nila nung game na yun. It really showed that they understood how their champions work and how they should play their lineup, and it showed. Like I mentioned, just making all the right decisions, and that led to the win.
And we'll see the continuation of our first match after the short break. You just watched the 2018 Backers Pro Gaming Series Spring Split. We'll be back after a short break. We're locking in the... Oh, look at that cutoff! 3 members caught up with escape, and that's going to be the engage for TME to go all in on them. But here comes Isaac for the assistance, knocks off 2 members of TME, and they will re-engage under the turret. But TME will not back down. They'll fight under the turret, but Infuse winning the trade.
Yeah, you can try the team fight versus probably one of the best top laners, regardless of him being fed.
Final hour. I have invisibility flashing in, combos in, gets the kill. But here comes Saki, misses the winter spike, compensate with the fissure. There's the slow, but can Infuse commit to this fight? They're backing up. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, and Triple, can he make it a quadra though? I think, denies the quadra kill, but I think with this ace, TME will be going up 1-0 once they take down these buildings.
Did you see JLC just fending off 3 members, Baron empowered minions in the top lane? TME crumbles Infuse full pressure.
Yeah, and what a way to end it as well. Just using their lead, and they still have the Baron defended the moment this ended. And man, just the perfect play. Just way to secure Baron.